This is a sight the English capital hasn't seen in almost 70 years. An Indian warship on the River Thames. This frigate is part of the country's Western Fleet, and it's usually tackling pirates in the Indian Ocean. The Indian Navy's presence here in London is more than an international gesture of goodwill. The INS Trikund is here to lend its support to Indian businesses at one of the largest arms exhibitions in the world. Buyers and sellers come together in exhibitions like this to see and show off the latest high-tech developments from the defence and security industries. India wants some of the action. Its private and public defence manufacturers are out in force along with military and government officials. It's the shop window for the Make in India campaign, which aims to transform the country into a global manufacturing base, and that includes defence.
We are interested to propagate this policy vis-a-vis the rest of the world, and we are hoping that they will come to India, they will make in India, they will design in India, and they will produce in India, and God willing they will export from India.
Zen Technology has been making training simulators for India's army, police and security forces for 2 decades. Now the Hyderabad-based business has started exporting its products to other countries, largely in Africa and the Middle East. It backs the Make in India initiative, but thinks the government needs to go further.
We have to become also a global supplier of quality equipment. That will happen only when government consciously encourages the design and development in addition to Make in India.
Manufacturing in India has not always been easy for smaller overseas firms. Some find navigating through India's bureaucracy tricky. But the government says now it's all much easier. For instance, new laws allow foreign companies to own up to 49% of Indian defence firms. That sparked interest overseas, with international companies now looking seriously at joint ventures.
India faces the challenges that any country that wants to export, that is a highly competitive market. India is a very sophisticated customer, so are the actual countries they want to supply to. So basically India is going to have to compete with others, but we think the way forward is, why don't English and new Indian companies actually go to third markets as partners rather than just as individuals? We could actually do that quite well.
It is those partnerships that may hold the key to India becoming a credible and reliable defence manufacturer in the future.